The history of Mizuno begins in 1906 when brothers Rihachi and Rizo Mizuno, passionate about sports and influenced by the growing popularity of baseball in Japan, opened a small shop in Osaka called Mizuno Brothers Sporting Goods. The initial goal was to sell imported sporting goods, mainly baseball equipment and clothing from the United States, a sport that had been introduced to Japan only a few decades earlier and was beginning to gain popularity in schools and clubs across the country. In the early years, Rihachi realized that simply reselling imported products would not be enough to meet the needs of the Japanese market. Customers were looking for more affordable equipment adapted to local characteristics, which led the brothers to start producing their own sporting goods. This decision was a crucial step in consolidating the Mizuno brand as a manufacturer. In the 1910s, the company invested in the development of custom-made sportswear, especially for baseball, catering to players from Japanese schools and clubs. This personalized approach became an important differentiator and helped strengthen the brand's relationship with athletes. In 1913, Mizuno inaugurated its first factory, a milestone that allowed the company to increase production scale and improve the quality of its products. The focus was clear: to provide durable, high-performance equipment produced with innovative techniques for the time. In the following years, the company expanded its portfolio to include sports beyond baseball, such as golf and track and field, in line with the growing interest in sports in Japan. By 1925, Mizuno had already evolved from being just a small neighborhood store to a nationally recognized manufacturer, synonymous with quality and innovation in sports. In the same year, the brand launched its first line of golf clubs made in Japan, proving that the company was ready to compete with imported products and meet the needs of an increasingly demanding audience. After establishing itself as a trusted name in Japanese sports equipment, Mizuno entered a period of ambitious growth. In the late 1920s, the company expanded its product line, continuing to improve baseball gear while strengthening its presence in golf. Mizuno began developing locally designed golf clubs to compete with high-priced imported equipment, an important step in making the sport more accessible to the Japanese public. The 1930s were a decade of both opportunity and challenge. Japan experienced a growing nationalism that also influenced sports culture, with an emphasis on developing domestic production instead of relying on foreign imports. Mizuno seized this moment by increasing its manufacturing capabilities and promoting made-in-Japan products as a matter of pride and quality. In 1935, the company opened a large-scale factory in Osaka, significantly boosting its production capacity. This expansion allowed Mizuno to refine its manufacturing techniques and provide better consistency and performance in its equipment. During this period, Mizuno also began supplying gear for track and field athletes, marking the start of its long relationship with athletics. However, the Second World War brought serious difficulties. Like many companies of the time, Mizuno had to adapt its operations to the wartime economy, which meant producing goods that served military purposes. This shift slowed down the development of sports equipment, but it also kept the company operational during a turbulent period. After the war ended in 1945, Mizuno faced the challenge of rebuilding in a devastated Japan. The company redirected its efforts toward reviving the sports culture in the country, focusing on producing affordable and durable equipment for schools, clubs, and athletes. This post-war commitment to rebuilding Japan through sports laid the foundation for the company's renewed growth in the following decades. By 1950, Mizuno had not only survived the war, but had also re-established itself as one of Japan's most important sports equipment manufacturers, with a reputation for quality craftsmanship and a vision of innovation that would shape its future global expansion. The period between 1951 and 1975 marked Mizuno's transformation from a national brand into an emerging global sports company, driven by technological innovation and the growth of Japan's sports culture. In the 1950s, Japan was experiencing rapid reconstruction and modernization, and Mizuno positioned itself as a key player in this revival. The company strengthened its production of baseball equipment, further consolidating its leadership in the sport. Baseball had become Japan's most popular sport, and Mizuno was the go-to brand for players at all levels, from school teams to professionals. This decade also saw the company expand its golf equipment production, offering more refined, locally designed clubs that competed with imported brands. By the 1960s, Mizuno had fully embraced the concept of technological innovation. It invested heavily in research and development, adopting modern manufacturing techniques to improve performance in its gear. This period marked the introduction of high-precision equipment for baseball and golf, enhancing the reputation of Mizuno as a producer of premium quality gear. The 1964 Tokyo Olympics were a turning point for Japanese sports, and Mizuno seized the opportunity to position itself as a leading supplier for the growing athletic community. This visibility inspired the company to expand further into athletics, track and field, and footwear, sowing the seeds for its later dominance in running shoes. In the early 1970s, Mizuno began to look beyond Japan's borders. It started exporting equipment, especially golf clubs, to international markets, a bold move that marked the beginning of its global expansion. The company's reputation for meticulous craftsmanship and performance-oriented products began to attract foreign athletes and teams. By 1975, Mizuno had become one of the most respected sports brands in Asia, known for its combination of Japanese precision, quality, and innovation. It was no longer just a manufacturer of sports goods for Japan, but an emerging competitor in the international sports equipment industry, ready to challenge global giants. Between 1976 and 2000, Mizuno underwent a remarkable transformation, evolving from a respected Japanese brand into a true global powerhouse in the sports industry, a period marked by innovation, international expansion, and the creation of some of its most iconic technologies. In the late 1970s, Mizuno was already well established in Japan for its high-quality baseball and golf equipment. However, the company saw an opportunity to expand beyond traditional sports and step into the growing global demand for performance-oriented footwear. This vision laid the groundwork for its next major leap. The 1980s marked the company's decisive entry into the athletic footwear market. In 1983, Mizuno launched its first performance running shoes, capitalizing on the worldwide running boom that began in the late 1970s. These early shoes combined Japanese craftsmanship with a growing focus on biomechanics, reflecting Mizuno's commitment to developing footwear tailored to athletes' performance needs. At the same time, the company reinforced its presence in baseball, producing advanced gear for both amateur and professional players, and in golf, where Mizuno irons became a favorite among top golfers for their precision and feel. The 1990s brought one of Mizuno's greatest milestones, the creation of Mizuno Wave technology in 1997. This revolutionary cushioning system, incorporating a wave-shaped plate for improved shock absorption and stability, became the company's signature innovation, and is still a defining feature in Mizuno shoes today. This period also saw the brand expanding its portfolio to cover sports like volleyball, soccer, athletics, and more, aligning itself with elite athletes and teams across different disciplines. International expansion was a top priority. Mizuno established subsidiaries in the United States and Europe, built factories abroad, and tailored its products to meet the needs of runners, athletes, and sports enthusiasts worldwide. By building a strong presence in the American and European markets, Mizuno successfully positioned itself to compete head-to-head with industry giants like Nike, Adidas, and Asics. By the end of the 20th century, Mizuno was no longer just a Japanese brand. It had become a global leader in performance sports gear, recognized for its cutting-edge technology, precision engineering, and dedication to athletes. This era set the foundation for Mizuno's identity as one of the most trusted names in running and sporting excellence worldwide. From 2001 to today, Mizuno has continued its evolution, balancing its century-old tradition with relentless innovation, cementing its place as one of the most respected names in performance sports. In the early 2000s, Mizuno doubled down on its identity as a brand for serious athletes. It expanded the Mizuno Wave technology, refining its cushioning systems to provide enhanced shock absorption and energy return, leading to the release of popular running shoe lines like the Wave Rider and Wave Creation, which became staples among competitive and recreational runners worldwide. These models helped Mizuno earn a loyal following in the global running community, particularly in the US, Europe, and Asia. Beyond running, the company reinforced its presence in multiple sports. In volleyball, Mizuno developed specialized shoes and gear tailored for elite athletes, becoming a top choice for professional players and teams. In soccer, Mizuno continued producing high-quality cleats, praised for their craftsmanship and comfort, particularly models from the Morelia line, which became a favorite among professional footballers. In golf, Mizuno maintained its reputation as a manufacturer of precision-engineered irons, used by several top PGA and European Tour players. The 2010 S marked a period of strategic modernization. Mizuno invested heavily in research and development, creating lighter, more responsive shoes and apparel using eco-friendly materials, aligning itself with a growing global focus on sustainability. The company also embraced digital marketing strategies and community engagement, strengthening its brand presence among younger audiences and promoting running events and sports initiatives worldwide. In the 2020 S, Mizuno has maintained its position as a premium performance brand, prioritizing sustainability, advanced biomechanics, and athlete-driven design. It has continued to innovate within its key categories, running, soccer, golf, and volleyball, while expanding into lifestyle and athleisure products to appeal to a broader audience. Today, Mizuno operates in over 60 countries with a reputation built on precision, quality, and trust. Its headquarters remain in Osaka, Japan, symbolizing its deep roots, but its reach is truly global, serving athletes who seek performance-driven gear, designed with meticulous Japanese craftsmanship. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell.